Hey, don't you just love that intro? Well, hello, good evening, and welcome to the Stoney Tune and Song-a-Thon. And that's my iPad just playing in the background there. Thank you very much. Right. Yes, welcome to the Stoney Tune and Song-a-Thon. It's an absolutely free to view concert tonight, but it is a fundraising concert for Folk in Crisis, which we launched with Stonehaven Folk Club, launched with Hands Up for Trad right at the back at the start of the pandemic. When Stonehaven Folk Club thought, what can we do? When all the gigs were cancelled, it dawned on us that all the artists were going to be struggling with no money coming in for playing at gigs. And we wanted to help, but we couldn't quite figure out what we could possibly do to help struggling artists during this tough time. And Meg Finley, who's been on the Stonehaven Folk Club committee virtually every year for more than 30 years, came up with the idea of getting in touch with Simon at Hands Up for Trad to see how we might work together on this. And Simon's enthusiasm was absolutely fantastic. So Stonehaven Folk Club launched the Folk in Crisis Fund with a £5,000 donation. And other folk clubs and the public have donated through various concerts that have been put on. We had the Stoney Song-a-Thon back in October, and several other Hands Up for Trad events have boosted the fund over the last months. I would like to just say that all the money that's raised tonight will be going in the form of grants or paying for artists to appear on shows like this. Absolutely no money that you donate tonight is coming to Stonehaven Folk Club or Hands Up for Trad. Now, we've raised £18,000 to date and helped dozens and dozens of people in the folk community in Scotland. Now you'll be already seeing the banner coming across the screen there, showing you how you can possibly donate to the fund. And so it's really important that if you are willing and able to contribute to this fund, then please do so. But it's only if you're willing and able. So I would say that if you are a struggling folk artist, you're being hit by all sorts of financial issues during this time, then do look on the Hands Up for Trad website and look out a form and how you can apply and get your application in. So what are we doing tonight? I can see we've got people coming in from all over the place. We've already got 125 people viewing online from all over the world. Hello, Sharon Hassan. Good to see you. So I'm popping up on my screen here with everybody coming on. So what have we got tonight? We've got 8 acts for you tonight. It's a stellar lineup that we have. We've got 5 acts coming live from the Glowworm Studios in Glasgow, and we've got 3 other pre-recorded acts which we're fitting in around the live acts. Now it's going to be a pretty hectic time in Glasgow, and we've got our first act already in there and getting set and ready to go. Very hectic time. We've got to keep everyone safe, got to follow the COVID protocols. So who have we got coming on? Well, we've got in just a few minutes, we've got Siobhan Miller and Euan Burton coming on to open the show. We've got a live in Glasgow, and we have a video of Claire Mann and Aaron Jones. That will be great. And then live from the studio, we have Michael Biggins. Then we have another pre-recorded video from Alan Reid. We have live spots from Hannah, Rarity, and Innis White. We have Emily Smith and Jamie McClennan. We have Anna Massie live in the studio in Glasgow. And finishing up the night, we have Adam Sutherland and John Somerville. And in between the time, I might just do a couple of songs in each half myself, just to split the evening up and make sure that we've got the timings right between the acts live in the studio. So that's who we've got coming up. I'm sure you're going to be hanging around. We should be wrapped up 10:45-ish maybe, with if the winds are with us. And our first guest tonight is going to be Siobhan Miller and Euan Burton. Now, Siobhan is, well, I think the only person who's won the best singer at the Scots Trad Music Awards 3 times. So it's just quite an achievement. And we first had her at Stonehaven Folk Club, I think back in 2012, when she came along with Gina Leslie and did a lovely gig that night. It's always great to see her. The last time I saw her was at Celtic Connections last year or the year before. And she's playing tonight with hubby Euan Burton. I guess they're getting time off. They must have had lots of time with baby Harry in the last few months. And Euan, obviously a multi-instrumentalist and a great engineer and producer, and produced Hannah Rarity's CD. Hannah will be on later in the show. You can get to see her. So I don't know if we can get down live to Glasgow, or can we see the Glasgow? And there they are on the stage. Hello, Siobhan. How are you doing?
Hello. Good, thank you.
Yeah. All right. It's great to see you. Hello, Euan. Good to see you too. And well, it's looking great. And how have you been getting on? Have you been coping well in the time that you've had at home? Must have been had pluses and minuses, I guess, for having a young child to look after.
How have you been getting on, Ewan?
I don't know.
It's been a roller coaster, but lots of lovely bits and tough bits too.
Oh, I'm sure. Anyway, well, we won't keep you too long, and it'll be great to hear you tonight. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, relax and enjoy Siobhan Miller and Euan Burton.
How pleasant in winter to sit by the hearth, listening to the barks and the howls of the dog, or in summer to wander the white valleys through, and to pluck the wild flowers in the May morning dew. Oh, summer is coming, oh, summer is here, with the leaves on the trees and the sky's blue and clear, and the birds they are singing their fond notes so true, and the flowers they are springing in the May morning dew.
was reared in, there's not a stone on a stone. And all around the garden, the weeds they have grown. And all the fine neighbours that e'er I knew, like the red rose they have weathered in the May morning dew. God be with the old folk who are now dead and gone, and likewise my brothers, dear Dennis and John, as they trip through the heather, wild hare to pursue. With their joys they have mingled in a May morning dew.
Thank you very much. Good evening to you all. Welcome to you from wherever you're tuning in from. Lovely to hear that there's people from all over the world, and hopefully lots of you from Stonehaven too. Lots of very fond memories of being at Stonehaven Folk Club over the years. Absolutely delighted to be part of tonight's event. Very, very worthy cause. Fantastic to hear the great work that Hands Up for Trad and Stonehaven Folk Club have been doing to support musicians at this really difficult time. And it's also lovely for us to get out of the house, leave our very young son with Gran and come in. It's like a night out, Euan, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
We just stay for the rest of the night.
Yeah, you can't get rid of us, we're here all night. So that was a traditional song from Ireland called The May Morning Dew, which is on an album which I brought out last year, kind of at the start of lockdown, called All Is Not Forgotten. And that's a traditional song on there. And we're going to carry on with a song which I wrote this a good few years ago now. And it's inspired by a poem by a poet called Kenneth Stephen from Scotland. And he has a book called A Song Among the Stones, which is all about monks who lived on Iona and are believed to have made crossings by boat all the way to places like Iceland and the Faroe Islands in search of solitude. And the book's kind of imagining that manuscripts have been found telling the story of these men, because there isn't very much documented about their journeys. And I visited Iona for the first time a few years ago and absolutely fell in love with it, and was just finding it incredible to imagine these men leaving their communities behind and making these dangerous journeys. So this is the Western Edge.
Slow and long and even so, a song among the stones. It's better that you know the bones of winter lay along the western edge. His prayers they have grown. Tell us a story of your own. Dreaming of a fevered sea, song prints woven in the light, worn away by the restlessness, waiting for a sign, lost in empty spaces, in the layering of thoughts. The rise and fall of the embers glow, echoed in the hall, a song among the stones. It's better that you know the bones of winter lay along the western edge. His prayers they have grown. Tell us a story of your own. Silver slowly rises over Iona's distant shore. The silence of the waiting suns, the heart of the sea rolls, scattered on the turning fields by the singing winds. Remember all the faces of those who journey on, a song among the stones. It's better that you know the bones of winter lay along the western edge. His prayers they have grown. Tell us a story of your own.
I was having nice memories there of walking along Stonehaven beach the last time we were there, having some fish and chips. I hope it's not too long before we can get back up the road. We're going to carry on with a song which I probably sang at Stonehaven Folk Club the very first time that I was there, all those years and years ago. Is that what we're doing next?
No,
It's not.
I don't know.
What are we?
Saint.
What?
Saints?
Saints?
No, sorry.
That's not on the zell. You asked how we were doing in lockdown. We've lost the plot. That's how we're doing. Is it not kind now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I sang this many years ago.
There's a lot of songs you sang many years ago.
That's true. When I still had my sanity. And I first recorded this with my good friend Gina Leslie, and it's a favourite song of mine by a great writer from Thurso called Ian Sinclair. He's also a wonderful fiddle player. He was in the band Mark. But this tells the story of men being recruited to the army. So it's called the King's Shilling, and the symbol was that the men would tack the shilling, and that meant they were going to go and fight for king and country. And this has a great chorus. I would absolutely love it if you would sing your hearts out along with me at home to the King's Shilling.
All my love has left me with bareness to all, and that's the last time I ever saw. He's joined the army and he's marched to war. He's ta'en the shilling, he's ta'en the shilling, and he's marched to war. Come, laddies, come, hear the cannons roar. Take the king's shilling, and we're off to war. Oh, he looks so proud and so gallant then, with his kilt and sporting and his musket gun, and the ladies kiss them as they marched to war. They sailed the war boys, they sailed the war boys by the broomy law. Come, laddies, come, hear the cannons roar. Take the king's shilling, and we're off to war. The pipes they played as they marched along, and the men they sang out a battle song. March on, cried our Captain Gay, for king and country, for king and country, we will fight to this day. Come, laddies, come, hear the cannons roar. Take the king's shilling, and we're off to war. The battle echoed to the Sundal gun, and bayonets flashed in the morning sun. The drums did beat and the cannons roared, but the shilling didna seem, the shilling didna seem much worth no more. Come, laddies, come, hear the cannons roar. Take the king's shilling, and we're off to war. Some lost the battle, their bodies fell, cut down by bayonets and by musket ball, and the many these brave young men would never fight for, they'd never fight for their king again. Come, laddies, come, hear the cannons roar. Take the king's shilling, and we're off to war. Come, laddies, come, hear the cannons roar. Take the king's shilling, and we're off to war. Come, laddies, come, hear the cannons roar. Take the king's shilling, and we're off to war.
Thank you very much. The singing was beautiful. I could hear it really. Gorgeous 8-part harmonies. We'll just do one last song for you. Thank you again for tuning in tonight and supporting this great cause. And a huge thank you to Simon at Hands Up for Chad, also to Meg for asking us to come and be part of tonight, and to the team in the studio working hard all night long to bring you the music live. And also a big thank you to Euan Burton for joining me here on the guitar.
It's a pleasure.
Gonna leave you with a very old Scottish traditional song. I learned this from the great singing of Rod Patterson, and it's called the Trinent Wedding. It's all about an old Scottish wedding tradition called riding the bros, and I like this especially because it's got lots of great old Scots language in it, but in one of the verses there's each verse is talking about a horse racing, and in one of the verses one of the horses does something a bit rude and smelly. So I like a bit of toilet humour in my Scots song, so this ticks that box. So you can listen out for that. And the chorus says, "Aft they all went galloping, galloping, legs and arms walloping, walloping, deal tight the hymnos go Duncan McCallopin, Laird o' Jelly Banjo." So if you're feeling daring, you can go for a bit of a sing on that. So thank you again. Enjoy the rest of the night. Lots of wonderful music to come.
It was at a wedding near Trinent, when scores of fun were bent to ride the bros with full intent. Was neither 9 or 10 Joe. Af the all went galloping, galloping, legs and arms walloping, till like the hammers go down come a caliper Laird o' Jelly Banjo. The suit said he was fed and fain and stuck like rosin to the main to smash like opits in a drain. He nearly reached his end, Joe. Af they all went galloping, galloping, legs and arms walloping, till like the hammers go down come a caliper Laird o' Jelly Banjo. Now all the weaver rode to get ducked, he was a flying shot till a doop it dabbit like a bit of it wafted till the end, Joe. Af they all went galloping, galloping, legs and arms walloping, till like the hammers go down come a caliper Laird o' Jelly Banjo. The tail had an awkward beast, it funk at first and sounded recent through per snipe 5 bell at least like all pigs are the main Joe. Af they all went galloping, galloping, legs and arms walloping, till like the hammers go down come a caliper Laird o' Jelly Banjo. The blacksmith's beast was slashed to wall with sides like bellows they did blow till him and it got sick of fall and bruises 9 or 10 Joe. Af they all went galloping, galloping, legs and arms walloping, till like the hammers go down come a caliper Laird o' Jelly Banjo. Now Duncan's mare she flew like drift, and nicely fast her feet that left tween elke step she gie her rifted free her hinder end Joe. Af they all went galloping, galloping, legs and arms walloping, till like the hammers go down come a caliper Laird o' Jelly Banjo. Now Duncan's mare did bang them out, he ran away but they maun have fallen up his grammer she did draughty bruise it was his end Joe. Af they all went galloping, galloping, legs and arms walloping, till like the hammers go down come a caliper Laird o' Jelly Banjo. Af they all went galloping, galloping, legs and arms walloping, till like the hammers go down come a caliper Laird o' Jelly Banjo.
Thank you very much.
Well, what a fantastic way to start the evening. Siobhan Miller and Euan Burton. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Fantastic. Great to see all the people joining online. We got people from all over the world. Someone from Istanbul, I just saw a few moments ago. All over England, Cheshire there I see. And yeah, lovely. All these people coming in. And Siobhan's dad I see has also joined and saying she's sounding great down in Pennyquick. So that's great too. Now, before we have our next act on tonight, I'm going to sing you a couple of songs. I've got a couple of trad songs in the first half, and they've got a bit of a common theme, that it's the boy chasing the girl, but doesn't quite get there in the end. Unusually for a couple of traditional folk songs, nobody dies in either of these songs, but they're both a little bit sad in the sense that the guy doesn't get the girl. So anyway, we'll give this we'll give this a shot. Both these songs are from the other side of the pond. So this particular song is from Canada, and the second one's from the southern United States. And I learned this song from the singing of Norma Waterson, who did a fabulous version of this at the Stonehaven Folk Festival, probably about 15 years ago, I guess now. But many of you will know it first from the singing of Tony Cuff, perhaps. And this is when I first came to Caledonia. And I'm suffering a little bit with a broken fingernail tonight, so hopefully this finger pick will not come off. But anyway, here we go. This is when first I came to Caledonia. When first I came to Caledonia, and I got loading at number 3, and I got lodgings with Donald Mann. He had a daughter, could make good tea. Oh, it was me and my brother Charlie, 2 bigger shavers you never did see, smearing eels in the month of April and starving slaves on Scattery. We went to Norman's to buy some broken, a cake of soap and a pound of tea, but Norman told me I couldn't have them till fish got plenty on Scattery. I went down to the big harbour. I only went for to see the spray. I spied a maid from Ballandry over. She looked to me like the Queen of May. If I had pen from Pennsylvania, I had papers a snowy white, and I had ink on a rosy morning, a true love letter to you I'd write. I put my foot on the deepest ocean, as far from land as once I could be, sailing on the deepest water. A woman's love never bothered me. I put my head to a cask of brandy. Oh, it's a dandy, I do declare. For when I'm drinking, I'm seldom thinking how I could win that young lady fair. When first I came to Caledonia, and I got loading at number 3, and I got lodging with Donald Norman. He had a daughter that made good tea. He had a daughter when first I came to Caledonia. Right, now, I hope you can hear me because I can't hear anything through the monitors anymore. I'm going to, this next song I'm going to do, I'm going to dedicate it to two people, and good reason for this. The first person I'm going to dedicate it to is Stan Ginter down there at Glenfarb Folk Club, who's become a bit of a stalwart at Stonehaven on our Zoom sessions on a Friday night. And the reason why I'm dedicating it to Stan is because I'm going to play it on the banjo. And I know that Stan is one of those two people, at least that I know in the country, that actually likes a tune on the banjo. So this is for you, Stan. And the second person I'm going to dedicate it to is the other person I know who likes a tune on the banjo, and that's Simon Tumeyer. And the reason I know that is that he fessed up in the sound check the other day that he liked a tune on the banjo. So this is for Simon and Stan. Hope you enjoy it. And this is from the southern United States, about the boy who chases the girl, wants to marry her. She won't marry him because she's got another lover. And you all know you all know the song. This is the Lakes of Pontchartrain. It was on one bright March morning up in New Orleans a June, and I took the road to Jackson Town, my fortune to renew. I cursed all foreign money, no credit could I gain, which filled my heart with longing for the lakes of Pontchartrain. So I stepped out on board of a railroad car beneath the morning sun. I rode the roads until evening, when I lay me down again. All strangers there, no friends to me, till the darker towards me came, and I fell in love with the Creole girl by the lakes of Pontchartrain. And I said, my pretty Creole girl, my money here's no good. If it weren't for the alligators, I'd sleep down in the wood. You're welcome here, kind stranger, though our house is very plain. We never turn a stranger out on the plains of Pontchartrain. She turned me into her mommy's house and treated me right well, and the hair upon her shoulders in dreadback ringlets fell, to try and paint her beauty I'm sure would be in vain. So handsome was my Creole gal by the lakes of Pontchartrain. I asked her if she'd marry me. She said that could never be, but she had got a lover, and he was far at sea. She said that she remain till he returned to his Creole girl by the lanes of Pontchartrain. So it's fare thee well, my Creole girl, I never will see you more, but I'll never forget your kindness in that cottage by the shore. And at each social gathering, a foaming glass I raise, and I drink the health of my Creole girl by the lanes of Pontchartrain. Yes, I'll drink the health of my Creole girl by the lanes of Pontchartrain. Lakes of Pontchartrain. Now, I'm assuming that everybody can hear okay, because I seem to have lost my sound in my earpiece. I'm not quite sure why that's happened. But so in that situation, I will press on regardless in the hope that everything is fine. And perhaps I'll get a message from Simon or something if it's not. So who's our next guest tonight? Well, while we're setting up our next live act, which is Michael Biggins down there in the studio in Glasgow, we have a pre-recorded video tonight, and from fantastic duo, Mann and Aaron Jones. Now, two fantastic musicians, I'm sure you'll agree, and Claire's a leading exponent of the Irish tin whistle and the flute and the fiddle in the country, apparently, and I can well believe it, having heard her play. She's absolutely fantastic, and she's performing tonight with Aaron. Now, Aaron, as you all know, is in the Old Blind Dogs, and has been in many other bands, worked with so many different people. He's been at Stonehaven Club, Folk Club, many times over the year, accompanying different people. He's a master of the bouzouki and the guitar, and he's a mean singer as well. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So I'm sure we're going to get it any second from Mann and Aaron Jones.
Hello, I'm Aaron Jones.
And I'm Mann.
And we're delighted to be a part of this concert. We're currently in lockdown in Dumfries and Galloway, so we're not able to travel up to Glasgow for filming, but we're also moving house, various deliveries from the postman, so do excuse the slightly disjointed nature of this concert, but we're moving house in a week's time with 3 young children, so it's a little bit crazy here. Anyway, we're delighted to be a part. I'd like to extend a huge thank you to Meg and Andy and everybody at Stonehaven Folk Club once again for their support and for asking us to be a part of this, and to Simon Toomer at Hands Up for Trad for all their help and hard work and making these things happen. So thanks very much to them. We're going to carry on with, or begin the concert with a set of tunes, and starts with a hornpipe.
Yes, the hornpipe is called the Tailor's Twist, and then after that we'll go into a couple of reels for you. So if you fancy a wee dance, feel free.
we're going to continue with a sea shanty, and since they're so popular at the minute, let's see if we can get this one to number one. This is based on a sea shanty called Amelia, Where You Bound To, about taking a trip across to start a new life in America. And I got this version of it from the wonderful Euan McPherson from Shugalnifty and Salthouse, and it's called Across the Western Ocean. It has a very easy chorus. Across the Western Ocean. That's it. So, help us with the chorus and sing along and see if we can get Across the Western Ocean to number one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Times were hard and the wages low. And near where you found, oh, the Rocky Mountains are my home. Across the Western Ocean, your turn. Across the Western Ocean, a land of plenty there you see. Near where you found, I am off across the Western Sea. Across the Western Ocean. Across the Western Ocean. To Liverpool I'll make my way. And near where you found, to Liverpool, that seaboard town. Across the Western Ocean. Across the Western Ocean. With a sailor's hat, and near where you found, and Yankee John the packet rat. Across the Western Ocean. Across the Western Ocean. Beware those packet ships, I pray. Near where you found, they will steal your gold and your stores away. Across the Western Ocean. Across the Western Ocean. Oh, times were hard and the wages low. And near where you found, oh, the Rocky Mountains are my home. Last time. Across the Western Ocean. Across the Western Ocean. Okay, we're going to continue with a song, and it's a nice one for singing along if you feel inclined. Way off in the distance they rang a bell, way off in the distance they rang a bell, and it rang for the saints and the sinners as well. Way off in the distance they rang a bell, way off in the distance they rang a bell. This is a song by David Francie that we recorded on our album Secret Orders many moons ago. And please sing along. Sunday morning in our town, and I sat on my steps and I looked at the ground, and I bowed my head as they shuffled past, all the saints being called to the morning mass. And way off in the distance they rang a bell, way off in the distance they rang a bell, and it rang for the saints and the sinners as well. Way off in the distance they rang a bell, way off in the distance they rang a bell. I remember the lessons of Sunday school, and I can't help but think if maybe I'm a fool, and I see no part of a greater plan, just the joy and the sorrow of my fellow man. And way off in the distance they rang a bell, way off in the distance they rang a bell, and it rang for the saints and the sinners as well. Way off in the distance they rang a bell, way off in the distance they rang a bell. So here we stand, as life rushes past, between our first breath and our last. And here we stand between east and west, and here we stand between birth and death. And way off in the distance they rang a bell, way off in the distance they rang a bell, and it rang for the saints and the sinners as well. Way off in the distance they rang a bell, way off in the distance they rang a bell. I was watching my TV the other night. There was a war on the left and a war on the right. And is there any wonder it's us or them? There's a long way from heaven to Bethlehem. And way off in the distance they rang a bell, way off in the distance they rang a bell, and it rang for the saints and the sinners as well. Way off in the distance they rang a bell, way off in the distance they rang a bell, and it rang for the
some jigs for you now, and the first one is called the Shanabach Tube Station, and we'll follow that with Aaron's Key, and then finish up with ODs.
Wow, what was that like? Fantastic. Thank you so much, Claire and Aaron, for putting that set together. It was fantastic, and I could see from the comments coming in that it's been pretty widely appreciated by those listening online. So thank you very much, everybody, for your donations so far. We've had over £600 so far this evening, so thank you very much for that. You'll see the banner going across the screen. I see some people somebody's pasted the link into the chat a few times. So if you're looking for the link to the Just Giving page, then you can find it. It's coming across the screen now, I think. But also you'll see it in the chat as well if you want to a quick way to get to it. Now, so that was Claire and Aaron, absolutely fantastic. Well, now it's time for our next live act down in Glasgow. Fabulous young musician, winner of this year's BBC Radio Scotland Young Trad Musician for 2021. What Michael Biggins can't do with a piano, I mean, I don't know. It's quite extraordinary to watch him play. He's absolutely superb. Greatly enjoyed him at the ceremony when he was in the competition. When the final was on, he was absolutely brilliant. Originally from Newcastle, he's now living in Glasgow. He's performing live in the studio, and I think Simon tells me this might be his first performance, public performance, since actually winning Young Trad Musician. So if we can go down to the studio now, is Michael ready? He is. Hello, Michael. How are you doing?
Well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, great. Good to see you. How does it feel winning that award?
It feels really great, yeah. Sort of lost for words about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it. And it was just nice to play some music live for the first time in God knows how many months, you know?
Yeah. And it was, you had some pretty stiff competition there, and you just pulled out all the stops and did a fantastic performance. So brilliant. So is Simon right? Is this your first live performance since winning?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
The days just all sort of merge into one now, you know?
All right. Well, hopefully it won't be too much longer. So we're really looking forward to you tonight, Michael. I'll just pass it over to you and break a leg. Have a great show.
Thanks very much. Cheers. I'm going to start off with a set of two tunes. The first one is a really lovely tune by fantastic piper and pianist and composer Andy May from Newcastle. And then I'm going to go into a jig called Graham Townsend's, which I think is from Cape Breton. Thanks very much. Cheers. I'm going to continue now with a tune that I actually played for my final in the BBC Young Trad competition, which is a slow air by Hamish Napier called Helen's Song. continue on now with a set of two tunes, the first of which is, I think, one of the all-time best tunes ever written, which is Tim Eadie's Little Bird. And I'm going to attempt to follow that with a sort of French musette-style tune, which I'm not sure of the name of, but I learnt from the playing of Andy Cutting. Thanks very much. Cheers. I'm going to finish off now with a set of reels. But before I do that, I'd just like to thank Hands Up for Trad and everything, and Stonehaven Folk Club for having me down here. It's been so nice to come and play some music in front of a couple of people, but mainly some cameras and on a real piano as well. So I'm going to finish off with a set of reels, another set that I played for my BBC Young Trad competition. The first tune is called The Silver Spear or The Silver Spire, one of the two. The second tune is Ornette's Trip to Belfast, and the third tune is The Princess Beatrice. Thanks very much.
Wow, I kind of feel like I need to get my breath back just watching that. That was absolutely spellbinding. Fantastic set from Michael. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody who's coming along tonight. We've got 200 people online watching at the moment. We've raised £840 to the fund as of a couple of minutes ago. So thank you so much for donating, everybody. And you'll see the links in the chat and coming across the screen from time to time. Now, before we get to our next live act in the studio, give them time to shuffle all the chairs down there, get everything sorted out, Michael out the building and Hannah and Innis into the building. We've got another video treat for you tonight, and it's from one of the giants of the Scottish folk scene over the last decades, and truly incredible guy. And I don't think he's going to mind me saying that we're kind of redressing the demographic imbalance a little bit tonight. All these youngsters coming on and being absolutely brilliant. I didn't want to be the oldest person on the show. So we've got one of the founder members of the Battlefield Band on next. The Battlefield Band was formed in 1969, would you believe? And I don't know whether it's a realistic pub trivia question to ask whether the Battlefield Band was before Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon or whether the formation of the band came just after. I'm not 100% sure, but it's one of those questions that really must be asked, I think. Now, Alan was in the Battlefield Band for decades. He was their principal songwriter for many, many years. He finally left in 2010 and has worked ever since with Rob Van Sante and produced 4 albums with him. He's been involved in a host of other projects over the years, and we're absolutely delighted that he's put this video together for us. Put your hands together virtually for one of the stars of the Scottish folk scene, Mr. Alan Reid.
Hello, I'm very pleased to have been asked to participate in this concert tonight, organised by Stonehaven Folk Club in conjunction with Hands Up for Trad, which is masterminded by Mr. Simon Toomere. I'm going to sing several songs tonight, and the first one is an old ballad from the northeast of Scotland, and it's called Alan McLean. I was born up in Cullen, a minister's son. Brought up wi' get learning till my school days were done. I went to the college, a student to be, but a marriage at Westfield has quite ruined me. There was Grant and Mackenzie, MacDonald and me. We went to a wedding, some fine girls to see. Gladly we sang and we danced the neck through, till bonny Sally Allen, she came into my view. Oh, Sally, bonny Sally, would you no take a dram? Yes, my dear Alan, if it comes from your hand. I gave her a dance and I gave her a dram. Then I asked her quite kindly if she'd go to the broom. We lay down in the broom underneath the moonlight, and in each other's arms we remained half the night. Come morning and her father to the college he came. He was all in a passion at Alan McLean. If it's true, says the regent, that this is no lie, you must leave Alton College with no further delay. There'll be no graduation or attending the ball. You must give up your studies and take leave of us all. My minister, father, he preaches in Tain. My mother is dead and the Durney grow hame. But the good Princess Royal lies down at the quay. She'll be sailing the morn and she'll surely tag me. So farewell Alton College, farewell Aberdeen, farewell to my Sally who lives on the green. And when I return, as sure someday I will marry my Sally in spite of them all. And if I return to my old college hall, I will have me a dram and I'll scorn at them all. The sad tale of Alan McLean. Well, in that song, the young man seems to have a sense of grievance that he's been harshly treated. But in the next song, we find a young man who is fully cognizant of his misdemeanours and feels a sense of guilt, is quite contrite. So this is a song called The Druicket Road. I dundered down a Druicket road yen dark and stormy morn, in hopes to clear a stour o' mist that addled in my brain. A gang of clouds fae out the east come skiting o'er the sky, and caught me in a dwam and all at sea. Whilst vexing o'er the one I love, the one that's dear to me. I sat afore a sullen tide that lumbered to the shore. A wind that blew nae comfort chilled me like it's done afore. A skirling seagull mocked me, diving low and high and near, and furled me wi' its thrawn and darted ee. While I vexed o'er the one I love, the one that's dear to me. I felt like I'd been summoned and presented wi' a bill, listing all my deeds and failings on the one that I'd played ill. And true she had the right to spurn the one who'd proved unkind. It left me in a dowie state o' mind. I traipsed along a city wind, was curtains overdrawn, where blackened was cast shadows that shut out the evening sun. I heard a distant siren wail that roused me with a start. I shook myself and turned resolved to see once more the one I care for, the one that's dear to me, the one I care for most of all, the one that's dear to me. The Druitt Road. So, well, now I'm going to create a wee bit more space for myself here for the next song. So, just hang on there. This next song is based on a story written by Jessie Kesson, the late Jessie Kesson, about a young farm girl in the northeast of Scotland, quite a few generations back, who becomes pregnant and then faces the disapproval of the local community, and just how she deals with this terrible situation, terrible predicament, I should say. And it mentions the travelling stallion, which was the male horse that was taken round the local farms periodically to impregnate the mares. So the song is called What Can a Lassie Dae? What can a lassie dae when the notion is upon her, when the laddies look her way, but they never make an offer? What can a lassie dae? Winter nights are long and it's cozy in the kitchen. The company is fine, so it's maybe no surprising what then a lass might do. Some may sneer and scorn, saying spoiled by a waster, but what would want to turn into a tight-lipped gurning spinster? What can a lassie do? Never mind the murmuring, the nods, the winks, the whispering, and hints and nights cavorting with a lad that minds the travelling stallion. A firm tune can be dreich, and life was made for sharing. If there's no allot for you, you man settle for a bairn. What can a lassie do? The good Lord might provide, He might provide a wee bit son or daughter, but you must scrape and fight for your wee bit pride and siller. What can a lassie do? Never mind the murmuring, The nods, the winks, the whispering, and hints a night's cavorting with a lad that minds the travelling stallion. What is done is done. It's time to conjure blessings. You can lure the blether's gab, for you've kept the firm tune guessing. What can a lassie do? 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 And now for my last song, I'm going to move back to the keyboard. Okay, for my last song, I thought I would do something a wee bit more positive, a bit more cheerful, and that seems appropriate since we're getting to this stage in the pandemic where normality seems not too far away now, and if we can get back together to mix with each other and be the social creatures that we are, then wouldn't that be great? So anyway, a more positive song, and this is one that I first sang many years ago with Battlefield Band. It's about a young couple who decide to up sticks from the city and go back to the wee place where they're from and just be closer to nature, have a better standard of life. So it's called The Pleasure Will Be Mine. That's the official title. I actually wanted to call it Fintry, but I was overruled by the other guys. So The Pleasure Will Be Mine is the official title. As far as I'm concerned, it's called Fintry. Says to Caroline, how would he a happy heart? The pleasure will be mine. She says the pleasure will be mine. The rain was falling, don't say hard. The drains were overflowing. You'd almost think the flood was coming on. So they huddled in the corner, tried to keep out all the water, and he told her all the things he had in mind. If you come with me to Fintry, well, he says to Caroline, how would he a happy heart? The pleasure will be mine. She says the pleasure will be mine. Paper says the workforce will be laid off after Christmas. There's a downturn in the business, so they say. I'll no sit about here waiting on some company's decision. So on Friday I'll be lifting my last pay. If you come with me to Fintry, well, he says to Caroline, how would he a happy heart? The pleasure will be mine. She says the pleasure will be mine. pack our bags and leave this place. Tak the road to Fintry, for the country air's as sweet as Skid Red wine. And when summertime comes round again and corn is ripe for gathering, we'll find out if my notion's wrecked or rhyme. If you come with me to Fintry, well, he says to Caroline, I would hear a happy heart, the pleasure will be mine. She says the pleasure will be mine. They walked hand in hand and wandered down beside the sleepy river, where the city sounds grew distant in their ears. The moonbeams in the water glinted silver as he kissed her, and the rumble o' the city disappeared. If you come with me to Fintry, well, he says to Caroline, I would hear a happy heart, the pleasure will be mine. She says the pleasure will be mine, will be mine. Thank you.
Wow, how good was that? What a star that man is. Just unbelievable from Alan Reid there. And 1969, surely the man was wearing short trousers in 1969. Absolutely fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Now, before we have our next act on, just let you know we've raised over £1,180 so far. So thank you so much for everybody who's donated to the fund tonight. You'll see the banner going across the screen. Oh, here it comes now. And you'll also see it in the chat there. Some people have put the links up in the chat. And if you're willing and able, then please do support the fund. If not, don't worry about it. Just enjoy the music. And hope you've got a glass in front of you. Cheers and your very good health. Now, our next act tonight, the wonderful Hannah Rarity is appearing tonight with Innis White. And she's the BBC Radio Scotland Young Traditional Musician of the Year in 2018. And her 2018 album, Neath the Gloaming Star, is absolutely brilliant. And it's one of my most played CDs, I have to say, produced by Euan Burton, I believe, who was on first with Siobhan. Now, she's been to Stoney Club several times. The last time was with John Larry back in January 2020. She's been a couple of times. She did a cameo spot for us at the Zoom sessions with Stonehaven Folk Club. She's got a voice to die for. She's absolutely fantastic. She's playing in Glasgow live tonight with Innis White, as I was saying. So are you ready down there in Glasgow? Hello, Hannah. How are you doing?
Hello. Great.
Oh, great to see you. Wonderful, wonderful. Good to see you, Innis, as well. So great to see you in the studio. You've got a hectic evening tonight. Had some, I don't know if you've caught any of the music, but it's just been lovely so far, and you're just going to add quality to it all over again. So looking very much forward to it.
I'm waiting but try that you fui Jean, grieve now for her and me Jean, for sin and sorrow free is the land o' the leal. No fear ye will, my ain Jean, this world's cares are vain, Jean. We'll meet and I be fain in the land o' the leal. I'm waiting now, Jean, like snorries in thought, Jean. I'm waiting now, take the land o' the leal. There's nae sorrow there, Jean. There's neither cold nor care, Jean. The days I fair in the land o' the leal.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, a very warm welcome to all of you at home. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting this Song-a-Thon tonight. Innis and I, this is Innis White, by the way. Say hi. Innis and I are delighted to be joining this brilliant lineup of musicians tonight. And as Andy was saying, I've been very lucky to make a few trips up to Stonehaven Folk Club and also the festival. And I've always been greeted very warmly, some of my favourite ever gigs that I've done. So here's hoping that we can get back up sometimes soon. So we're going to get you singing along now, if you're up for it. I know you've been doing a little bit earlier as well. We're going to do one of my own songs. This is a song called Wander Through This Land that I recorded on the album that Andy mentioned. And I wrote this in about 2017 when I decided to just jump on a plane and go to New Zealand for 4 weeks for a great holiday. If you've been, you'll know it's smashing. Anyway, and I had a fantastic time and met lots of lovely people. There's a chorus. It goes, "Take my hand, we'll wander through this land together." So please do join in with this one. Wander through this land.
Gazing out on blue, these oceans are new to me today. Seeking truth, lost sight of all along the way. But you'll take my hand, we'll wander through this land together. Mark my steps upon the shore, give me more to see and feel while I'm awake. Darkness waits, no concern for time or place finds me here. But you'll take my hand, we'll wander through this land together. But you'll take my hand, we'll wander through this land together. Help me make believe, stay here, we don't ever have to go. Can't deny, no matter how I try, you feel like home. But you'll take my hand, we'll wander through this land together. Make no plans, we can work it out along the way. If you take my hand, we'll wander through this land together. Oh! Gazing out on blue, these oceans are new to me today. Seeking truth, lost sight of all along the way. But you'll take my hand, we'll wander through this land together. Make no plans, we can work it out along the way. If you take my hand, we'll wander through this land together. But you'll take my hand, we'll wander through this land together. Cheers. Thank you very much. Innis and I are going to make a habit of this. We had a live stream gig last week as well for Furnace Tradition Festival, and that was a great wee time. We're going to carry on with a song that I released as a single just at the start of March there. And it's a song that a number of you, if you're a regular folk club goer, may be familiar with. It's a song that was written by the late, great Davy Steele, and it's called Scotland Yet. And Davy wrote this definitely from a nationalistic perspective. And I don't know, I felt it was appropriate to record it and release it at the moment, as I believe that no matter what your political leaning, the song is sort of a message of hope for the country's future. And I think that's something that we all need a bit of at the moment. So yes, this is Scotland Yet. Hope you enjoy. Cheers. Keen I thought to what we hae in this land of the Leal, the Healing Glen, the Doric stream, the fertile lowland field. They seem to offer different views when looked at from within. Can strangers be the only eyes to see us as in? The choice will be upon us soon to set our destiny. And I'll drink a toast to Scotland yet, whatever yet may be. Her mother tongue spoke different ways that past the present ties, each separate and yet entwined, is where the real strength lies. First should one strand unwind itself, the others take forsake, then all would be forever lost, for all the strands would break. The choice will be upon us soon to set our destiny. toast to Scotland yet, whatever yet may be. While we still seek to blame our woes and pains on someone else, we'll never have the strength to solve our problems for ourselves. In truth, we fought each other mere, learn this from our past, and together we can choose for ourselves at last. The choice will be upon us soon to set our destiny, and I'll drink a toast to Scotland yet, whatever yet may be. The choice will be upon us soon to set our destiny, and I'll drink a toast to Scotland yet, whatever yet may be. Whatever yet may be. Thank you very much. I promise that's just honey and water in the flask, but I hope you've got something maybe a bit stronger at home and that you're enjoying the evening of music. We've come to our last number for our slot, but thank you so much for watching. A massive thank you to Martin, Andrea and Keir here at Glowworm, helping us out with visuals and audio. Great. Massive thanks to Stonehaven Folk Club and to Meg for getting in touch to ask if we would come along, and big thanks to Simon and Hands Up for Trad. This is a fantastic thing that you're doing, raising money for musicians who've been hit pretty hard. You'll all know that by now, by this pandemic, but I want to extend my well wishes to you all. Look out for one another, look after yourselves, take care, and hopefully we'll be out the other end of this very soon. So we are going to end our set with a cover of a duo from America. I think it's Alabama, I meant to look that up, called the Secret Sisters. And this song was made famous by the Hunger Game films, if you're a bit of a film buff. And it's called Tomorrow Will Be Kinder. I recorded this recently with Innis and my friend Lawrence, who's down in London, and it'll be out soon. But it's, I don't think I need to explain it too much. Tomorrow will be kinder. It's a very hopeful message. So enjoy this, and if you know it, please sing along. Thanks very much. Are behind me, I now can see ahead. Often I wonder why I try, hoping for an end. Sorrow weighs my shoulders down, and trouble haunts it's true, I've seen it before. A brighter day is coming my way. Yes, tomorrow will be kinder. Today I've cried a many tear, and pain is in my heart. Around me lies a somber scene. I don't know where to start, but I feel warmth on my skin. The stars have all aligned. The winds have blown, but now I know that tomorrow will be kinder. Tomorrow will be kinder. I know I've seen it before. A brighter day is coming my way. Yes, tomorrow will be kinder. Tomorrow will be kinder. I know I've seen it before. A brighter day is coming my way. Yes, tomorrow will be kinder. A brighter day is coming my way. Yes, tomorrow will be kinder. Cheers, everyone. Thank you. Innis fight.
And a Rarity.
Well, what a fantastic voice, and what a great set that was from Hannah and Innis. I can see from the comments coming in how much that was greatly appreciated. Just wonderful. Now, before our next live act in the studio, they're all frantically tearing the studio apart now and getting ready for the whirlwind that is Anna Massie, who will be on in a little while. But in the meantime, we have a video contribution from the fabulous Emily Smith and Jamie McClennan. Now, these two have been to Stonehaven many times together in separate outfits. Emily was the BBC Radio Scotland Young Trad Musician of the Year in 2002, and that really sort of launched her live music career. And I can remember her being coming to Stonehaven Folk Club in the Hugh Hotel, which was been back maybe 15, 16 years ago, maybe even longer, the first time that we had her up here. But she's been many times to the club and to the festival. And Jamie, of course, has been with her on several occasions, also been up with the James Brothers, with James Fagan, and together they put on many, many great shows for us. So it's great to have them with us tonight. And it's great they could do this video for us. So without further ado, I will just say £1,300 raised so far. So keep that money coming in. You've got the banner going across the screen. Thank you very much. So without further ado, let's go to Emily Smith and Jamie McLennan.
Hi everyone, it's Emily Smith and Jamie McLennan here. We're delighted to be part of this online concert tonight, and so thank you to Stonehaven Folk Club and Hands Up for Trad for inviting us to come and be part of it, and hopefully we're going to raise a lot of money for the Folk in Crisis Fund. We're going to start off with one of our songs written by Jamie here, and it's called Firefly. the street alone, stone cold fingers clinging to a cardboard home. He sees temptation in a needle that holds no thread, escape from voices warring in his head. What is a father whose life outlasts his son? He sees no future, it's a race he can't outrun. On the edge of reason, he hears the songbird sing. He seeks redemption that a leap of faith may bring. And there's a firefly glowing on the breath of an angel's wing. An open window holds a flame that draws him in. I see a young man in his lover's warm embrace, smiling tears fall soft on a newborn's face. There's few misfortunes bring a proud man to his knees, but a light unholy, a blind to what he sees. And there's a firefly blowing on the breath of an angel's wing. An open window holds a flame that draws him in. See a young boy sitting on his bedroom floor, tiny fingers playing with a cardboard door. He talks so softly to the voices in his head. They give him comfort for what may lie ahead. And there's a firefly blowing on the breath of an angel's wing. An open window holds a flame that draws him in. And there's a firefly blowing on the breath of an angel's wing. An open window holds a flame that draws him in. So back in 2019, which seems like a lifetime ago, Jamie and I released our first official album as a duo called under the name Smith and McLennan, and it's called Small Town Stories. So we thought, seeing as we only got to do 2 launch shows before the first lockdown kicked in, we'll focus on material from that album tonight. And so Firefly's on there, as is this next song. It's a song written again by Jamie, which we haven't sung that much live because it's such a sad song, but we have throughout the various lockdowns had a lot of requests for it, so we thought we'll include it in the set. So this is called One More Day. When I look at you, all I see is wonder in your eyes. Small things that you do remind me of my childhood days. Time, it moves so fast, all we do is look to the the future. These moments, they won't last. They're the ones we'll treasure always. I know I'll never feel the beating of your heart again. Hold you close for one more day. I'll miss the feeling of your cheek against my face, holding you close for one more day. I close my eyes and see your smiling face dancing in shadow. Memories that remain fade away more and more each day. Nights you couldn't sleep always seem much safer in my arms. Lines drawn on the wall remind me of the games that we would play. I know I'll never feel the beating of your heart again. Hold you close for one more day. I'll miss the feeling of your cheek against my face, holding you close for one more day. Standing in a room that echoes with the sound of your laughter, I turn to take your hand, forgetting that you're not there. Cast upon the floor, the soldiers and the shepherds lie together. No more battles fought, I turn out the light to feel you near. I know I'll never feel the beating of your heart again. Hold you close for one more day. I'll miss the feeling of your cheek against my face, holding you close for one more day. Okie dokie.
This makes a change from homeschooling, eh?
Yeah. We've spent a lot of time at home, as have you all, but we've done a fair bit of homeschooling and a fair bit of online teaching with schools as well. So something that I used to be terrified of, looking directly into a camera, actually feels quite normal now.
Yeah.
In fact, I have to remind myself to kind of look away so I'm not freaking you all out, staring right down the lens all the time. So. All right.
A lot of baking though, eh?
Baking.
I built a swing set yesterday. That was a highlight for me. Not for me.
Our small garden is it's getting quite congested with children's toys, but after almost a year at home, we've been scraping the barrel of what we can play with. We had a a hut made of umbrellas the other day. That was the best we could manage. But now we have a swing. So
Our eldest said to me yesterday, do you know what? After coronavirus, we could open up our garden as the local playground.
charge an entry fee.
I don't know if you can do
Don't know
that.
if we can do that. Insurance claims would be through the roof. I think we'll stick to this. So this is a retake on an old traditional song called Sailing's a Weary Life. Sailing's a weary life. It took from me my heart's delight. It left me here to weep and mourn and wait upon my Billy's return. Oh, bring to me paper, pen and ink, that I might write to my heart's content. At every line, write Billy dear. At every lane, I'll shed a tear. Father, build for me a boat on the ocean. I will float. I'll ride out on the tide. Through the depths I'll sink or swim, find the wave that carried him from me. Where can he be? For she had not sailed long upon the deep. Before a queen ship she did meet. You sailors all, come tell me true. Does my sweet Bill sail among your crew? Oh, I doubt, and I sadly fear. Your handsome Bill, he is not here. For late last night, while the wind blew wild, 'twas we lost sight of a sailor boy. Father, build for me a boat on the ocean. I will float. I'll ride out on the tide. Through the depths I'll sink or swim, find the wave that carried him from me. Where can he be? Well, she wrung her hands and she tore her hair, like any woman in wild despair. Her little boat against the rock did run. How can I live now my belly's gone? Father, build for me a boat on the ocean. I will float. I'll ride out on the tide. Through the depths I'll sink or swim, find the wave that carried him from me. Where can he be? Father, build for me a boat on the ocean. I will float. I'll ride out on the tide. Through the depths I'll sink or swim, find the wave that carried him from me. Where can he be? Well, folks, we've reached our last song for you tonight, and just going to squeeze in one more. This is a song that Jamie wrote called The Sweetest Girl, and it was inspired, it's not specifically about, but inspired by our own little girl who a few months ago turned 5, and it was amazing overnight the things that she could now do because she's 5. In the space of like a 12-hour period, she made huge developmental leaps and bounds that when she was 4 she could not do, but all fears, dislikes, things like that, all gone because she's 5.
It was her decision. She's all the time, the whole time she was 4, she kept saying, when I'm 5, I will do this.
So
okay.
There's
it's a good lesson, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the power of positive
thinking.
Okay.
So we'll
when
leave
I'm 45.
You'll be able to do all these things. We'll leave you with The Sweetest Girl, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Thanks very much.
I met the sweetest girl. She's got her mother's eyes and her daddy's curls. Every time she looks at me, her smiling eyes break my heart again. I didn't think that I could find any more room in this heart of mine. I held her softly through the night, and I watched as all the dreams she held took flight. And I know it won't be long till you are too strong to want to hold my hand. And I'll write you one last song to sing you at night, so you'll know me when I'm gone. Try to teach you all I know, plant a seed and watch it grow. Life's such a fickle thing, you only get out what you put in. I've watched you dance and sing, seen the smiles and the laughs you bring. Your life's such a happy song that goes around, can't help but sing along. And I know it won't be long till you are too strong to wanna hold my hand. And I'll write you one last song to sing you at night, so you'll know me when I'm gone. "20 years pass by, my young girl takes after me. The workings of a troubled mind are hard to fix and hard to leave behind. You're living your own life now, I don't ask and you don't tell. Your dreams are changing day by day, but home is where your heart will always stay. And I know it won't be long till you are too strong to wanna hold my hand. And I'll write you one last song to sing you at night, so you'll know me when I know it won't be long till you are too strong to wanna hold my hand. sing you at night, so you'll know me when I'm gone. Thank you, keep safe, hope to see you all soon.
Wow. Oh, I haven't seen those two for a few years now, and they're just absolutely wonderful. So thanks so much to Emily Smith and Jamie McClennan for putting that video together for us. Now we're coming to the business end of the evening, and we've got two more live acts to get in, and plus me padding it out a little bit in Stonehaven, giving them time to do a whirlwind change out in the studio in Glasgow. So next up we have Anna Massie. What can I say about Anna? Winner of the 2003 Trad Musician of the Year Award. She's an outstanding guitarist and anything with strings, really, as far as I can make out. She's renowned for her work with Blazing Fiddles, Myra Green and Jen Butterworth, Rants, other collaborations with Karen Matheson and other people. She's with us live from Glasgow tonight, and hopefully she's there now. Hello, Anna. Good to see you.
And you? How's it all going up there? You're looking very comfy.
Yeah, well, I'm in a great big sofa here, so you know, I can just lean back as soon as you start, and nobody can see I'm really wearing my pajama bottoms and my slippers. You know, despite the.
I was going to ask if you had your slippers on.
Of course, absolutely, and my gardening trousers as well. But there you go. But nobody can see that sort of thing. But anyway, Anna, great to see you, and so glad you didn't get picked up by the police while you were lurking outside the studio there. And
yes, no,
so
was,
what you know, you've been doing lots of great work recently, writing songs and tunes and all sorts of things. So
doing their lovely set before I came in and get set up. So what a lovely evening I've been having. I watched at home, and then watched a wee bit in the car while I was waiting to come in. It's just been a brilliant night of music so far. I'm delighted to be part of it.
Fantastic. Okay, well, over to you. Let's have a.
So here we are, a live gig. I was in the house getting ready. I was talking to Adam and John, who are coming on after me, and we were saying that all of us had done that thing that you do before, well, that you used to do before leaving the house, like a year ago. We'd all gone and reached for the wee bottle of perfume or aftershave before you go out, and then I was thinking, but it's an online gig, but then there's all this technical crew here in the studio, so it's nice to make an effort. You're welcome, guys. We bit the Clarence Bond with the pulse points, so that's bit of a special Friday night out. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? The most exciting thing about my Friday night so far is that I live a very short distance away from the studio here, and I got held up in traffic on Sauchiehall Street on a Friday night, 9:30, behind a bin lorry. It's not what I thought was going to happen, but there we go. That's just lockdown. Changes everything for you. So I'm going to start with a song about a fishing boat. We are, of course, in Stonehaven. We're a beautiful harbour town. So I thought I would start with a song about a guy who spends his life on a fishing boat called the Molly May. And this is a song by the wonderful J.P. Cormier from Cape Breton. And there's a mention of a town called Canso, which is the last town on mainland Nova Scotia. There's the Canso Causeway is the bridge that connects Cape Breton Island to the mainland of Canada. And it's nice to be back here in Glowworm singing this. Myra Green and I recorded this on our latest album, Farron, and I was just in a wee room the other side of the control room here for a few days when we recorded it, so it's nice to be back doing this. So, Molly May, turn things on, flipping heck. It's been a while. Just a lad I was of 13 years when my father passed away, and I had to take a job as a deckhand on the Molly May. The time I spent one summer past turned into 50 years, and the sound she made as she broke the waves still rings within my ears. She was passed to me when I was 23, Captain Mills went round the bend. He saw a forerunner on the deck one night and never sailed again. Superstition be damned, I sailed her proud, fine maiden of the sea.
There was never another like her, and no one for her but me. I saw the time with me in my prime, no man could be my equal. Through the eye of a needle I'd sail her any day. But when I grew older I couldn't hold her, my courage slipped away. So they put a young boy from Cancel at the wheel of the Molly May. Well, the time went by and the tales ran high of the catches we'd bring in. There were times I thought we'd sink her, but her spirit would not give in. Words are spoken, souls are broken, and the bottle shattered mine. It appeared that she'd outlive me, I'd not win the war of time. I saw the days amid devil waves, no man could be my equal. Through the eye of a needle I'd sail her any day. But when I grew older I couldn't hold her, my courage slipped away. So they put a young boy from Cancel at the wheel of the Molly May. I was there to see her sail away in the cold December haze. But the Cancel boy had never seen the like of the southeast wind and waves. At the harbour mouth he drifted south right into Lighthouse Rock, and he smashed her keel and laid her low as I watched there from the dock. I saw the time with me in my prime, no man could be my equal. Through the eye of a needle I'd sail her any day. But when I grew older I couldn't hold her, my courage slipped away. So they put a young boy from Cancel at the wheel of the Molly May. And there'll never be another, the likes of the Molly May. And I wish that I'd gone down, boys, at the wheel of the Molly May. Thank you. Well, I hope you're all sitting comfy at home with cup of tea, lovely cup of tea, or coffee, or decaf, chamomile. It is getting on for that time of the night. Maybe a wee dram or a glass of something that you fancy. Snacks, crisps, pretzels, tea and toast maybe. Oh, tea and toast, it's that time of night. So I'm going to play a wee tune. A tune that I learned as a youngster in village halls up on the west coast of Scotland at Cayleys and the likes. And my dad played in Caylee bands when I was wee. And it was those old school Cayleys where the band would play, but locals would get up and do a party piece, sing a song, play a set of tunes, tell a joke or a story or something. And this was always a really popular song up in Lochun, but it's a Rusher Gaelic song called Uncluin Ye Me Money and Down. And it's a tune I've been playing for a really long time. It's from my very first album, and maybe just yesterday, I had asked on the social media if there were any requests for things I could play at this gig tonight. And a couple of people had requested things from that album, Glad Company, and so I've written it down. Briach Bean on the Twitter and Laura Wilkie on the Instagram had asked for anything off Glad Company, and Laura asked for this tune in particular. So here you go.
Just before we started this wee set, Keir here in the studio made me a cup of tea. I'm just going to take a swig of it because it is a lovely cup of tea. I'm sure that everybody has already mentioned the fabulous guys here, Martin and Keir and Andrea, who are doing such a fab job of keeping it all rolling. They're doing wonderfully. And none of them have seen daylight in weeks and weeks because they're all in studios like this all the time, doing a fantastic job. So, although I live in Glasgow, I've been based here for many years now. I'm originally from Fortrose on the Black Isle, and just a year ago, I went up north to play a gig with Bruce McGregor, which ended up getting cancelled. And then I thought, well, I'll stay at home. They're going to be this 3-week lockdown. I'll maybe just visit mum and dad and hang out with them. All the gigs are off for the next few weeks. So visit mum and dad, spend some time in the Black Isle. And I ended up there for 4 months throughout lockdown and had a really lovely time, spending weeks, months, all of the days with my mum and dad and their 2 trusty Labradors as well. I was very lucky to have that as a place called home, and they're great crack. The dogs are great crack. The village is great crack. It's a really beautiful area, and I decided to keep myself busy. Rather than playing music, I would start a daily vlog thing, because it was going to just be 3 weeks, of course. I thought I would just make some daily updates of what we'd been up to in the house, in the garden, out with the dogs and stuff. And it ended up, there were 106 episodes non-stop every day. And this was the Black Isle Correspondent. And a few folk have asked, a few requests for tonight that I would play the theme tune for this. So Rose Byers and Kathleen Fleming had said that they would quite like to hear a live rendition. So here it is. With the daily updates you can't make up, it's the Black Isle Correspondent. She lives in Fortrose and tells us what goes on. If your isolation causes desperation, try the Black Isle Correspondent. If you're feeling grumpy, you'll find some company here. So, yes, part of lockdown, I wrote my own theme tune. What about that? But the Black Isle Correspondent ended up being the largest part of my family's day up there in the Black Isle, and loads of people got involved with it, and people started writing letters. In one episode I mentioned that I really liked sending and receiving postcards and letters and things, and people started writing to me, and they would address things, Anna Massie, the Black Isle Correspondent, Fortrose. And the nice thing about living in a small town is that we know the posties, and the posties know us, and so these letters and postcards and things would make their way to the house. And it was really lovely to keep in touch with people, and I started writing letters to friends and things. I think a lot of people did, just keeping in touch with friends and family through lockdown. And I wrote a wee song about it for one episode. It's just called Thanks for Writing. There's a chorus if you'd like to join in with it. The chorus is, thanks for writing, I got your note, the one you wrote to say hello, thanks for writing. And Kirsten Ferguson-Jones and Stoney's own May Finlay had asked for this one, so... Pen pal, write to me, we'll both get something from the postie, much better than a bill. Thanks for writing, I got your note, the one you wrote to say hello, thanks for writing. First name, surname, number, road, village, region, postcode, don't forget a stamp. Thanks for writing, I got your note, the one you wrote to say hello, thanks for writing. Postcards how I choose to
to say I miss your face. By the way, you owe me a pint. Thanks for writing, I got your note, the one you wrote to say hello. Thanks for writing. One of the things I like the most is getting letters in the post to the people of whom I'm most fond. I'd apply on Basildon Bond. That's fancy, expensive paper with a watermark. It's a classy, nice touch. Thanks for writing, I got your note, the one you wrote to say hello. Thanks for writing, I got your note, the one you wrote to say hello. You're not alone. Thanks for writing, I got your note, the one you wrote to say hello. You're not alone, even though you're stuck at home. Thanks for writing. Well, I'm going to finish my set, finish my cup of tea, and head home and catch the rest of the evening. Thank you so much to Stoney and to Hands Up for Trad for having me be part of this lovely evening. It's been really exciting to have a gig to practice for and get dressed for and leave the house for, and you're there live. It's really brilliant. So thank you for sharing this lovely evening. I'm going to play a few jigs to finish off. There was a line in that song, we'll both get something from the postie much better than a bill. And I wrote a wee tune called Better Than a Bill. It's a slip jig at the start here. And then I'll play a Cape Breton jig called Malcolm's New Fiddle from the pen of the late, great Jerry Holland, an absolutely fantastic composer and fiddler. And then I'm going to finish off with one of my very favourite tunes of all time, Out on the Ocean. So thanks again. Have a lovely weekend.
Wow, isn't she brilliant? Fantastic that Anna could make it into the studio and give us those songs. We don't hear her singing very much these days. She's a great accompanist, but she's a great singer and songwriter as well. So it was really great to see her on doing her stuff tonight. Now we have one more live act in the studio, which I'll come on to in a minute. So they've got to do some pretty rapid musical chairs down there in the studio to get ready for the final act of the night. I suppose I should say very warm congratulations to Scotland for beating France in France tonight for the first time, I believe, in about more than 20 years. So congratulations to them, and congratulations to Wales for winning the Six Nations as a result of that. I'm sure that there's a lot of people cheering about that tonight. Now, well done to everybody who's come into the concert tonight, because we've raised over £1,700. So if you donated, thank you so much for doing that. We've got, say, one more act to come tonight, so maybe we'll make a bit more money. Who knows? Right, so I'm going to sing a couple more songs for you now. And in the first half, I sang a couple of traditional songs about a boy chasing the girl and never quite succeeding. So I've got a couple of contemporary songs this time, and the first one is about the girl chasing the boy, and she gets the boy. The boy wins the girl with the aid of a motorcycle, what she's particularly wooed by. And this is, of course, Richard Thompson's great song, Vincent Black Lightning. And I guess the girl wins the boy, but the boy's a bit of a bad boy. And because it's a folk song, we haven't had too many deaths tonight. There is a death in this song, but the upside is that the girl gets the motorbike in the end. So what can you say? I'm having a bit of trouble with keeping this pick on tonight. I almost lost it in the first song I did with the guitar, having broken my nail earlier today. But hopefully it won't crash and burn. So without further ado, this is Vincent Black Lightning. Molly to Jane, that's a fine motorbike. Doesn't feel special on any such time. St. James to Red Molly, all my hats off to you. That's a Vincent Black Lightning, 1952. Seen you on the corners of cafes at sea. Red hair and black leather, my favorite for steam. Pull her on behind, down to boxing, right. Here's a ring for your right hand. Tell you in earnest I'm a dangerous man. For long, since I was 17, got many a man to get my Vincent machine. Now I'm 21, I might make 22, and I don't mind dying for the love of you. But if things should break my stride, I give you my Vincent to ride. Come down, Red Molly, said Sergeant McRae. They've taken you James 80 for robbery. shotgun blast in his chest, and left nothing inside. Come down Red Molly to his dying bedside. They got to the hospital, there wasn't much left. He was running out of road, running out of breath. He smiled to see her cry. He said, I'll give you my Vincent to ride. So James, in my opinion, there ain't nothing in this world. He's 52, Vincent and Rebecca, Gordons and Indians and Greaves as well. He don't have a soul like a Vincent 52. He reached for hands, but slipped to the keys. So he got no burden, just for these. I see angels and Ariels and glitter and gold coming down from heaven to carry me home. And he gave her a last kiss, and I gave her his Vincent to ride. Vincent backlighting, Richard Thompson. And yeah, I was losing my finger pick after about the second verse there, so sorry about that, but hey ho, there we go. Now, we'll be coming on to the last act very shortly. I've just got one more song, and this song was written in 1963, released that year, when I was a wee lad in short trousers. By the great wordsmith Bob Dylan. And although this song is 58 years old, it could have been written yesterday, and I've only been singing it for a few months, despite knowing it for probably 50 years. So yeah, the sentiments in this song, I think that we're all kind of tuned into. It's called "The Times They Are A-Changing, and we surely hope that they are for the better in the next few months." Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and amend the waters around you have grown, except soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is for saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, for the times they are a-changing. Come writers and critics, prophesize with your pen. Keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheels still spin. And there's no telling who that it's naming, for the loser now will be later to win, for the times they are a-changing. Come, senators and congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, no, don't block up the hall. For he who gets hurt will be healed slow. It's a battle outside and it's raging. It'll soon shake your windows and unravel your walls, for the times they are a-changing. Come mothers and fathers throughout the land. Don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your road is a rapidly fade. Please get out of the new one if you can lend a hand, for the times they are a-changing. The die is drawn, the curse it is cast. The slow one now will later be fast, as the present will later be past. For the order is rapidly fading, and the first one now will later be last, for the times they are a-changing. Yes, the times they are a-changing. Bob Dylan, times they are a-changing. Now, we're right at the business end of the evening now, folks. We've just got one more act to go. Before we go down to Glasgow and get on to Adam Sutherland and John Somerville, I would just like to just say a big thank you to everybody that's come on tonight, all the acts that have performed tonight. So Siobhan and Ewan right at the top of the show there. Michael Biggins did a fantastic set on the piano. Hannah Rarity and Innis White were absolutely sublime, wonderful stuff. Anna Massie was just unbelievable. And of course we had Emily and Jamie and Claire and Aaron and Alan all did fantastic spots for us tonight on the video. So thanks for all watching and donating. But I think really, I can see from the chat that people have really enjoyed the gig tonight, and I've enjoyed being part of it and presenting it tonight. Special thanks to Simon Tumar and Meg Finley, who've done such a tremendous amount of work gluing all this together, liaising with all the acts. Eight live acts, eight acts in one evening is quite an achievement to get all that together. So well done to you guys. But I think the pressure on the guys in the studio is hard to imagine. I've seen their list of COVID protocols that they have to follow in order to be allowed to put these sorts of events on, and it's pretty rigorous, and getting people in and out safely is a big challenge. So a big thank you to Andrew Gobby, to Keir Long, and to Martin Forry down there in the studio, have just done such a wonderful job. So well done you guys for doing that. It's just been absolutely fantastic. We know how hectic it's been. I would like to thank you all for donating tonight. We've raised, I haven't looked for the last 5 minutes, but we've raised £1,700 a few minutes ago, which is a great achievement. So thank you very much. We're going to be able to help a few more people with that money. If you can spare any more, then please do so. The show will be live, will be up there on YouTube. You can always find it and reprise bits that you may have missed earlier on. But for now, we'll go over to the last act of the night. I'm hoping we can get down into the studio in just a minute. And all the guys are ready already. Well, that's pretty amazing that there they are in the studio. So Adam and John, both from up there in the Highlands, doing a sterling job, and got a great track record. So I'm not going to spend too much time. I'm glad you've managed to get down there and get it together, guys. And I don't know how they've managed to turn it around so quickly in the studio, but just very well done. So how have you both been keeping? Have you been managing to get together at all in a socially distanced way?
Hello. Well, we're very happy to be here, and we did have a bit of highly distance rehearsaling. Is that a word? We rehearsaled a bit online, and we also might have met in John's garden from a distance as well. Today in some hail.
Yeah, we rehearsed in one day today, but we survived. We're here to tell the tale. So
Excellent.
yeah, ready to rock.
Okay. Well, without further ado then, guys, it's over to you, and thank you very much for coming on tonight.
Cheers. Great stuff. Thank you very much. That was a wee tune inspired by, well, I suppose the times that we've been living through recently. It's quite a new piece that I came up with last month, and it's called One Fine February. A little bit of irony in the title, but I think if everybody can cast their minds back to a month ago, I think for some people that probably feels like quite a long time ago. But we were all kind of going through a bit of a time, and I particularly was going through a time when it was one day felt quite optimistic, and then the next day sort of, you know, you would be back to square one again, and it was this constant change every day between the two kind of ways of feeling. And yeah, so that tune's got a wee bit of light and shade in it, just to represent that. And I actually threw that at Adam not so long ago. I gave him that piece, and he's done very well to be able to play it. So well done, Adam.
Thanks, John. It's lovely. It's great to get some new music, and it's nice to have something to focus on, just that wee project, which is another reason we're so happy to be here. It's just having a gig. It's like
Having a gig.
amazing.
We'd normally be in our beds. We were discussing that we'd normally be going to bed now. So
Oh,
this is,
yeah.
we're just delighted. I felt kind of strange leaving the house tonight. You know, it was just a very different feeling. So
Totally, like getting ready for a gig felt weird. Like, do you put on aftershave?
And then you realised it was an online gig.
Yeah.
And it was pointless.
So yes. Okay, we're going to play a couple of jigs. Mid-tempo, we're going to do The Hills of Glenorchy. It's an old trad tune, very well loved. And then a tune by a fantastic flautist composer called Sarah Allen, who plays in the band Fluke. And this is on their classic album Flatfish. And John and me have been playing this tune for many years. And it's called A Quiet Autumn by Sarah Allen. Thank you. Rapturous applause again is very nice. Thank you.
Great, yeah, thanks. And a big thanks to Hands Up for Trad, and a big thank you to Stonehaven Folk Festival for having us. It's just great to have a gig, isn't it? Just really nice. Oh, yeah. Let's not get too emotional and upset. But yeah, it's really been really nice to be here. So thanks to everyone, and thanks to everyone who donated and for all your support as well. It's really amazing. What we're going to do, we're going to finish off with a wee tune, which was written for my daughter, Annie, who is 2 and should now be theoretically tucked up in bed, fast asleep. That's not always a given. It's possible that there's chaos breaking out, but I am here in the wonderful sanctuary of this studio. So it's really quiet. Oh, it's really nice and quiet. Anyway, this is Tune for Annie. Thanks again.
Thank you for having us. John Somerville.
What a wonderful way to finish the evening. Adam Sutherland and John Somerville bringing this fantastic evening to a close. We've raised just about £2,100 to the Folk in Crisis Fund, and the fund will remain open for donations for as long as this pandemic goes on. So I hope you've enjoyed the evening. If you're looking for the link after this is finished and you can't find it, you'll find it via the Hands Up for Trad page, or just go to justgiving.com and search for Simon Tumeyer, and you'll find the fund down there with the distinctive Stonehaven Folk Club logo attached to it. So thanks once again to the studio team in Glasgow for facilitating such a fantastic live event tonight, and to all the acts that put their videos in. I just want to wish everyone a very safe time until this awful pandemic is over, when we can get back to live music. But in the meantime, stay safe and good night.